Hey, and a warm welcome. And I'm joined by my beautiful client and Divine Planning Abundant Profits Academy student, Evelina. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what you do, Evelina, and who you are.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Joanna. So my name is Evelina Hovich, and I am a manifestation expert, coach, and mentor. And what I do, I help amazing women to create the life of their dreams with joy, flow, and ease. And that has been an amazing journey that we'll talk a little bit more, I'm sure, now. But now that I am where I am, and I have manifested the most amazing life for myself over the last couple of years. And I am really, really passionate about passing on that journey and sharing that so that women can create whatever they want. And this is really on their terms. But the main thing with joy and the journey is just what it matters.
So that's awesome. I love it. And it's been quite a journey for you to get to this point. So let's just get in that time machine and go right back to the beginning of way before really that you started Divine Planning Abundant Profits Academy and joined us at the VIP level. Tell us a little bit about where you were at in terms of yourself and your business in that place.
Okay, so before I joined, I'll just take you a little bit backwards. So my official credential, the latest kind of official credentials after, a big journey of different careers and different education institutions, I was a holistic nutritionist, and I was trying to switch from the clinical nutrition on a one-on-one kind of basis to the online business world of offering health services. So it's sort of health coaching, and I work with bioenergetics as well. And that was me trying to really struggling, to be honest, really struggling to make it work online. While it was my passion in terms of making it work for my lifestyle, what I wanted to create, I was really struggling. I was struggling to position myself properly. I was struggling to understand who were my ideal clients, so what kind of services, programs I could offer. It was just one big overwhelm, confusion, and yeah, I was kind of in that state of always being frustrated and overwhelmed. And I'm coming actually from the corporate background. And so switching to, nobody ever taught me how to run a business. So by learning how to run a business, but also trying to understand what I can offer to the world, it was really a struggle. So I remember really well, and I've invested a lot in many different high ticket courses and many high ticket personal coaches, individual coaching. So I wasn't the newbie to the online business world at that point, or even or a possibility of thought of a coaching by a business coach. And I've had life coaches before. I've had business coaches. So I've been well seasoned when I came
that t-shirt. You've been there and worn that t-shirt, and I think everybody can relate to that feeling of frustration when it's not working. You come from the corporate world, so you know that you are smart. You know that you are not daft in any way, shape, or form, and yet it's that so frustrating when you feel overwhelmed and it's just not working. So you get on a call with this Scottish lady
right?
with funny hair color. Tell us what was going through your head at the time as you booked that call to come and have a chat with me. Where were you at? Because it was quite funny, because I think you told me that you were like, no more courses.
No. So where I was in my business, and I saw a post in one of the groups that we're both members of, and that post was very inspirational to me. I'm like, I want that. And there was a link to book a call. Oh, I don't even remember if I went to your website, whatever. But I found an opportunity to speak to you. And at that point, I was like, I just want to speak to this lady to get a little bit of that, like, open up my world to the possibilities. And the call was called Infinite Possibilities. So I was like, yeah, I want to know where that was, just to get that inspiration. I was totally in a mindset, I am absolutely not buying any more courses. I'm not investing in a business coaching. I was quite frustrated at that point. I've had a fair share of different experiences, and I'm like, no, I've got it all. I've got enough right now to. I just need to do. I just need to hustle. I just need to, just work hard to make this business work. And I get on that call, and I'm like, definitely not buying anything. It was just that mindset, and I knew that call is an opportunity, like, to see how it works. But the way it was positioned, it was like absolutely no pressure, absolutely no. And I was like, I feel good. It's like, I'm not tricking you in any way, but I was like, I am just not in a position to buy, but I'd like to get that conversation going. And during the call, I'm like, oh my God, I want to work with this woman. I'm like, I want to work with that woman. And as the call was progressing, I was like, I'm gonna see. I have to find a way that I can be coached by you. And I guess I was asking those questions, and you were like, no, I already believe that the community divine planning abundant profits as a course, as a structure, as a strategy course, plus the community would be a better fit for you than working with me at one-on-one. Actually, you didn't even offer me the VIP option at that point. You were just like, I really believe where you at, you will benefit more from the community. And that was obviously a lower ticket price than would just work with you one-on-one. And I'm like, well, that's interesting because, if you try to not, I was probably considering giving you more money basically at that point. But, and I really appreciated the honesty. And I went off, and I think the way I actually stepped into the VIP, as I was on a sales page, and there was an option to buy just the course or the VIP option, and I opted in for the VIP option without really, like, that was just my call. So you're not trying to sell me on that. And I really appreciated it. And I can tell you, and I don't know if we're going to talk about the community, but that was the best decision I have made for sure, because I have yet to meet, and I am part of many Facebook groups, and that is not even now after a major cleanup. And I still strongly, I know that this is by far the best community when it comes to support, mastermind support, both emotional and business. And the magic that happens in that community is by far the best I have experienced on the internet, on Facebook.
I love it. I mean, I there's no secret that I love that community so hard, because I just I pour a lot of love into the community, but everybody who's in there is just so amazing, and everybody has something so amazing to offer the world, and I just get so inspired by how we all help each other in that community, lift each other up, and also as well, like when people are celebrating their first live streams, or their first, like the beginning of building the business. And then also as well, as we get further along, of course, the wins get bigger. And it doesn't matter what win you're celebrating, whether it's that first webinar that you're doing, or whether, you've just smashed a big goal, a big financial goal. The support in there is, the cheerleaders are amazing.
Phenomenal support. It and you're right on everything. If sometimes, and we share things like, we share the wins and the live streams, so the first of whatever it may be in an online business, but we also share things when we fall down and experience it roller coaster of entrepreneurship, which is inevitable. But when you down there, it's been invaluable to have that community to go and say, like, I'm feeling like not so great right now, and just the support and the ideas and because we're so close to our own situation, sometimes we forget our own advice. And at that like, we have probably, many of us are coaches, and there are many of us are, doing similar things, and we have the knowledge, we have the tools, but when it comes to our own, we're so close to, so having that support, having that another pair of eyes and brains, and it's just been amazing. I know that I've everything that I've ever posted in there, and it has always been met with so much compassion and support and inspiration and just cheerleading, as you said. It's just like, yeah, you can do it, even if and I don't know, it's amazing. It's amazing community.
I love it. So you mentioned a little bit about how you went for the VIP. So we've actually had one-to-one time together coaching, and we're actually over the the coming year, we've actually had rather a lot of one-to-one time together, which has been really great. So you've seen a lot of personal shifts, because obviously you were this holistic nutritionist, you're trying to make it work. And although the holistic nutrition was working very well for yourself, and it was something that's really important for you and your family, it wasn't necessarily your zone of genius when it came to giving that to other clients. So I feel like with your journey, I've been a bit like an archaeologist with my little paintbrush and just like sweeping off the layers to find this epicness underneath, which is, and we've really, really uncovered your zone of genius, and I mean, it's like there's zone of genius and then there's zone of genius. And for Evelina, it's like zone of genius. So, tell us a little bit about that journey, because it's been, it's not always seen in financial results to begin with. Sometimes we see that in our own personal results. So tell us a little bit about the personal results that you've seen in uncovering those layers.
Yeah, so the journey from holistic nutritionist to it really was a lot of layers that had to come off. And so there are a couple of things that I'd like to mention here. First of all, what I really appreciated and always have appreciated and still do, obviously, about your coaching is that it is never a directed like you need to do this. It's always the feedback. It's like you feed off what I have to say. You're able to see my strengths and passions, but yet you giving me the power to go through the journey and realize. So it's in no way I've ever felt, oh my God, without Joanna, I can't live my life. So while I really appreciated support, and I think this is was so key to me. And as I said, I have experience with working with other coaches, and it's so key by not being completely powerless of like, I needed you, I can't make any decision, I have to talk to you. It wasn't like that. It was you were empowering me and guiding me so that I have my own and discover my own power to make those decisions, which is so, so important. And so from the nutritionist to like trying to really understand where my client was and how I can incorporate my passions and all sorts of things that I had to offer. And I'm like one of those multi-passionate people that have lots of different things that I love and lots of different things that I'm good at, which makes it sometimes very difficult to find that zone of genius. It can be
very difficult to leverage your business when you are multi-passionate, because there's just so many things. And I often find that, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse with being multi-passionate. I mean, obviously I'm multi-passionate as well, but it's, the bugger is that often we're very good at a lot of things.
Exactly.
So it would be like so much easier if we were rubbish at a big bunch of our passions, and there was one that just stood out amongst all of them that we could easily, be like, of course, this is it. But it isn't, because we're often very good and very knowledgeable. I find with multi-passionate entrepreneurs is that we're often very knowledgeable in many little different niches and areas, and you were no different. You really were very knowledgeable in your nutrition and even in the energy work and things like that. So as we swept all those layers off and we got you into a place of being really, really empowered, there was that huge aha moment of where we really, really realized in that journey, like, I'm a manifestation coach.
So I want to really actually highlight a couple of things about the personal journey, as you asked me before, because that was so essential to that. Because oftentimes as entrepreneurs that we're going into this online business and we treat this like as a compartment, we put this in a compartment, this is my online business and this is what I need help with, whatever I need to figure out what's stopping me, what's whatever sabotages, whatever I have, why am I not moving as fast as I should or as I want to. But the thing is, it's not just one compartment. Our life, our business is our life. And whatever is happening in other areas of our life cannot be just completely separated and say like, this is a different compartment that has nothing to do with my business, because everything is everything. And that was one of the things that we worked with you, because a lot of the times we worked on my personal stuff, which wasn't really directly, so to speak, part of the business, but it has the most amazing transformations when it came to actually impact my business. So it was like I was getting an overall package from you. It wasn't just like work on a business strategy and the ABC that needs to be done and completed by the end of the week. It was just looking at the whole life and how I was showing up in my life. And that included my relationship with my family, with my ex-husband, with my, ex. It was my parents, my mom, I should say. And it was a lot of things that need to be addressed for me to show up in my best way, because it is all connected. And those transformations have been, I think, even I first saw those transformations when how my life was transforming, and how I was feeling my own power and highlighting my power with your guidance to make those changes, to make the transformations, so that I can start feeling different about myself. And then when I was feeling different about myself, then I could look at my business in a different way. The other thing that was really important is that the transformation from the nutritionist to the manifestation coach was so, oh my God, I can't even, it's not something that I even could potentially see, but I knew that was passion from even before going into nutrition. Well, it was like kind of my journey started probably together. But because I'm come from the world where you have to have certificates and you have to have, certain degrees and whatever, and no, surprises that I, with master's degree and then going to nutrition school and then doing all other different certifications along the way, I felt like that's what's defining me. And moving from, because I'm supposed to be doing this because of this.
You had the certificates for it.
Right, because I have the certificates for it. But as you said, as discovering, getting really honest with myself and understanding that as much as I love alternative health, I love holistic nutrition, I'm like, really, it's definitely played a huge role in my life and my family's life. And I will always love that, I think. But it wasn't my zone of genius. But to get honest with that, like, but what do you mean I have the certifications, right? So to get past that and to get over myself, like you were saying, get over yourself and think of what is it you're passionate, because if this is your passion, this is the transformation that you can help people have, and it only comes from that real strengths of zone of genius. And my zone of genius, even with the health, I always approached it from the point of mindset of manifestation. And people come to me and say like, well, what supplements do I need to take? What do I need to eat? I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, where are your thoughts at, right? So I would love to talk about that. I mean, I ran a weight loss program and that was really great. But really what I really wanted to talk about is like how you see yourself. What is your relationship with the self? What are you thinking? What are you, what are your emotions are? Where you want to be in terms of emotions? Like that was the stuff where my strength and my passion is. But I was really putting it on a sort of on a background.
That is low, yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to be doing. So getting over that was so huge for me, and it was so transformational, because once I stepped into that manifestation coaching and manifestation, this is what I do, because I actually have proof of my life to show you. Like, forget the certificate.
Let's share that proof, because this year, so when we're making this recording, it is in August, so it's 8 months into this year. This year has been OMG when it comes to your manifestations, because it is absolutely incredible. Tell people a little bit about what you have managed to manifest as you stepped into that power, owned your power as an expert manifester. Tell people a little bit about what has been going on this year, because I'm like, you blow my mind.
Yeah, so I mean, just this year, and the conscious manifestations have been happening for over a couple of years, including my love life and my family and lots of relationships and material health, material abundance as well. But just this year, well, I forget, I mean, everything that was precursors to this, but just this year, I have manifested over $1 million in cash in my bank account. I have manifested a brand new SUV luxury car for free. I had 3 absolutely amazing, luxurious, all-inclusive vacations for free. I have manifested another 4 trips. Is going to be another, so the 7th trip is coming up. Not like, so 3 of them were for free. The other ones were just like, travel is one of my biggest goals in life. And even just, beginning of this year, I was hoping for 4 trips or more. So 3 of them were free, and then another 4 manifested, our personal trips, which were all amazing. My relationships, in terms of my personal relationship, but definitely getting more exciting every day. My relationship with my mom has transformed. Like we've always were close, but there was a time when it was a bit, kind of rough. And now we like back to our, even probably deeper than we were before. My relationship with my ex-husband and his family is amazing. Like there's so much love and light in our life that, but that's this, and this was just in August this year. So I'm super excited.
But we've still got like some months to go, which is amazing. And it is really a real testament to the work that you have done through the program and through coaching, and just really showing up for yourself in the way that you've shown up for yourself and stepped in to your power. And, this is, I couldn't be prouder to see how beautifully you've stepped into your power. But it shows you that when you are in your zone of genius, when you are in your power, magic literally happens. So tell us a little bit about going forward now for like your plans for the future, and everything that you've got now, because now you are literally feeling that fire that's been lit within you. And so what are those plans for your future?
Oh my gosh. So since this transformation, my personal transformation, and owning that manifestation is my zone of genius, and now taking people on the journey with me and sharing my journey, I have never felt more excited. And for those people who know me from before, I'm generally I'm excited person. I love change. I get excited about things, but this is a different level of being excited. This is a completely different level. And actually, when we discovered and uncovered those layers and was coming with this manifestation thing, that was probably the time when I took the longest to absorb that. And I felt that this was really big for me. So it wasn't like, oh, what's the title of the week? Like, we're just gonna, swing.
No, every layer was really thought about. Every layer.
Yeah, it was none of it. Exactly. None of it was just like, oh, let's
organic journey. It was, and that's how I work and how I coach. I coach in a very organic way, and I let you grow at your rate, because there's no point in pushing anyone and then them arriving at a place that they're just so not ready for.
Exactly. So I was obviously very ready at that point. And then when I took the time, and I the way I feel about me, this is like I'm stepping into me. It's almost like, as cliche as it may sound, it's like coming home. It was like, this is me. This is me. And I must mention here that one of my best friend has been the biggest supporter and the biggest critic of my business journey since I started from nutrition school. And she always was, like, what are you doing? Well, what solution are you offering? Well, who are you attracting? Who can I refer to you? And it was always like a very difficult situation, very difficult. I was one of these people when I said, like, oh my God, I'm going to tell her I'm doing manifestation now. I don't even know how is that going to go. And when I told her, and it's so important, and I want to mention, because I think that oftentimes we have those, either family member or best friend or the partner or spouse, somebody who is like, okay, well, what are you doing? Like, why, like, and how, and all of these questions. And when I told her, and she's like, finally, And it was like, I have no further, I even have goosebumps now when I say this. And she's like, I have no questions. I'm so clear. This is so you. And what, for me, stepping into that role of like me and feeling that power, I am more excited than ever. This is what I'm meant to do. I really feel like this is what I'm meant to do. And so now that this is now in my life, I am so excited about what's coming. So I have actually been teaching vision boards workshops, and I have a course on that. I'm launching a couple of other courses which are going to be all on different price points, so that I really want to approach to access as many people as I can, to give this opportunity to for people to create anything they want to be, do, and have in their life. So there will be a couple of online courses. I'm offering one-on-one coaching as well. I'm offering VIP days to get a feel of to be in my energy that I have created in my life. And I know that even just by being associated with that energy and being in that space can create absolute magic. Like I have experience with coaches. Like I know that when we had our VIP day, that's like, that's a whole different world of opportunities and possibilities that open up from there. So this is what I'm going to be offering. A couple of courses coming up. So watch the space, and maybe when this recording is being viewed, it's already available. And definitely one-on-one coaches for the ones that are ready to step up in a big way.
Awesome. The nice thing about all of your plans going forward is that you have that epic support in the Divine Planning Abundant Profit community, but also as well, you have an absolute like smorgasbord of courses to support each little bit. So whether you are deciding to add a retreat, there's a course there for you. Like all the little things are there. And the nice thing is that you don't have to do all the courses all at once. You can take what you need.
I love that. I love having that my own pace kind of thing and having it there. So I've done quite a few courses, and all of them are amazing. And you're right, is and I had to rebuild my website from scratch again. And this time I'm doing it myself, so that the things that are offered in the academy were very helpful. The little, like the oracle cards, the other things like the tools that we have, the different, oh my God, I can't even remember all of the courses. There are so many there, and it's nice. And some of them I was just sitting there, it's like, okay, I know that I'm going to need that sometime in the future. As you said, the retreat is definitely something I would want to offer at some point. So yeah, it's such a gift to have those things available, and your generosity and your just the way you always update things, and whenever they update or you offer so many new calls, we get that as just a bonus, which is like, oh my God, that's absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's such a gift. Again, like even with everything that I'm doing, like today, I know I'm going to be posting something in the community because I'm launching this little mini course, and I'm going to go for feedback. And I know this is the first place I'm going to go for feedback and business support.
That's awesome. So just to wrap up this interview, if somebody was sat listening to this interview and they're on the fence about Divine Planning Abundant Profits Academy, what would you say to them, knowing the big journey that you've gone through? What would your advice be to somebody who sat there on the fence thinking, I don't know if this is for me, I don't know if this is my next step?
So, I mean, I can just say, let's just do it. But I would say that, and as I said, I have a fair share of very high ticket courses on all probably sides of online business. I would say that while a lot of those courses promise big financial results and goals achieved and all of this, and that's all great, and I think we all should and have and do, aim for big and bigger. But the journey to that goal is really what matters. That's what really life is all about. Is about the journey. Is about the how enjoyable that journey is, and
yes,
what that community and what the so you get the strategy, you get the tools, you get the all the financial plans that will help you to get the figures and numbers as far as the business side goes, but the journey and the support of the community is something that I can't even imagine my life, business life, without that community. I mean, that is probably one of my favorite things. Like, and as there are courses, and that's fine, and you can get to that goal. But are you enjoying the journey? Do you have somebody by your side now, other than just having all those people in the community, which are amazing? I feel like I'm like my close friends, and I haven't met any of them, but they are like really that's how tight the community is. But you too, Joanna, you like, it's such a blessing, but you show up there unexpectedly, and it's not even part of the official paid structure, because your support there is like, you show up and you give us your support so much that, oh my God, like that's just such a gift. And your generosity, always did with your generosity, and it's so it always has been very inspirational for me. So I would just say, for somebody who you have, if you're watching this, I'm presuming you're a fellow entrepreneur that wants to have big goals, and you want to make your life, this famous Joanna's quote, hustle for those who don't know how to flow. If you want to flow in that journey and get to your business goals on your terms, in that flow, in that joy, in that journey that you're really enjoying every day, this is the place to be.
Oh, thank you so much. That is awesome. Well, go check Evelina out as well, and I will catch you in another video. Bye now.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.